Come on.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us.
How you doing? Oh, that camera looks... Oh, that's fine. It'll be alright. The camera looks a bit wonky.
It's probably because I plug your phone in.
So yes, so thank you. Hi, and we're honoured today. We have Minnie joining us.
There you go.
Oh no, Tommy's heard. He's actually just woken up. He's just literally just behind us. So we have Minnie tonight, or this afternoon. We are a lot earlier with you today because we are off out this evening for dinner over at my sister's for her birthday. So we figured, well, rather than not doing something, we will come to you just earlier. So, which is good.
Did you do her card live on one of our lives? Are you still giving her that card?
The sister one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that live.
Ah. Oh no,
I
you
did.
shared,
I did a variation
yeah,
of it
that's
with
the
the
sponging.
witticisms.
That's it. Yes, so check that out. A version of Barry's card for his sister on a previous video.
And I'll show you what we actually made for my sister next week, just in case she decides to tune in.
Hi Carol. Thanks for joining us.
You going to say hello, Tommy?
No.
He's busy with the cushion.
So yes, so if you're new to the channel, thank you very much, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for keep watching us.
Put your teeth in.
Yes, I know. Subscribe to the channel.
What?
Because I'm smiling. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit that bell button to be notified when we are on live or when we have new content on the channel.
Lovely. Oh. Excellent. Anything else?
No, I can't remember.
give us a sign to say, go and just get him tongue-tied.
No, don't worry.
So we've been busy. We've actually been quite busy recently, really, haven't we? We seem to go through stages.
Yes.
But this is what we made over on Facebook on Wednesday of this week using the little ladybug stamp set, which is really cute. So Jay's done some really lovely colouring on this one here.
And that's actually, you uploaded that on YouTube as well, haven't
Yeah,
you?
it's already on YouTube as well. And this is the one which I made, so a simpler version, which is nice as well. So using up some paper. So two variations of colouring there, one with blends and this one here was with watercolour pencils. So if you want to see how that was done, the video is actually here over on YouTube. So that's good. Jay, and obviously we have, Jay has done this card here.
I can't show
You
it.
can't show it, he's got a mini on. So Jay has also done a video for this one. Now this was for what?
The Creating Kindness Design Team blog and video hop. So that goes live every first Thursday of the month.
I've opened it up off camera, but I actually should really. So it's got a belly band basically. So it's got a little belly band, which will go like that to hold the seam in. Comes off, and it's a flat card. But if we fold up the corner, it's because I'm doing it the wrong way round, and
it's harder when it's upright, in the air, I mean.
And like that, and then that one
Isn't it? So
goes like so. So it's that style card, and it's Jay's variation on an easel card. So, and that's how it would look. So it would sit down flat like that on the mantelpiece or wherever you keep your cards. And that's that. So you've actually got a video for this already, haven't you?
Yes, that is up on YouTube.
So that was the first prototype, and then Jay did the second one. So
this is the one on the video.
This is the one on the video. So the belly band comes off, and then it's up. Yeah, can't do it like that.
I still got a mini.
Yeah, still got
I
mini.
carry her like a baby. She normally put her paws on my mouth.
And there we go. And that's that one there. Something. Try not to. Oh, I'm getting really. Everything's
That's
just going
fine.
away.
They can
There we
watch
go.
the video.
So the video there will show you how that's created. So yes, and I suppose I'm showing the other cards then as well, am I? Nope, she's
there you
off.
go. So on our last week's YouTube live, we actually used the timeless tulips as well, and this is what Barry created with some lovely ombre dober to stamp technique there, using the that was Minnie's tail. Dress to Impress designer
Yes,
series
Dress to Impress
paper.
Designer Series
Um,
paper.
So that's quite cool. Built up on the rectangle stitch dies, and with the it's really nice. So it's kind of like it's got a height to it with the foam pads, dimensionals, and then this is my happy birthday. I love this card. Happy birthday card with again using the tulip, timeless tulip, and the
So
tulip
yeah,
builder
so
punch.
using that stamp there and the punch, so that one there, to create a pea pod.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cute. And yes, so this was inspired by the Stamping Glam Squad February tutorial, which we will be sending to our customers who ordered from us back in February, who qualified for the free tutorial, or I will no, it's actually live now on our blog. So if you love humorous, funny pun cards or projects, check out our website, mitoscrafts.com, and go to the shop, and you will see the tutorial bundle available to purchase. Okay, so for more fun, I love that theme.
Yeah, I think you've done really well with that one.
So cool.
Lovely.
So on to today.
On to today, so we're going to be using the Tinus Tulips, and if I'm completely honest with you, I don't actually know what I'm making. I have an idea. Well, no, I normally know what I'm making. It's you that doesn't know what you're making. Whereas I've got an idea, but I haven't even made a prototype. So this could go completely and utterly pear-shaped.
Or tulip shape, hopefully.
Or tulip shaped, yeah, tulip shaped, hopefully. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Will it go to pot?
It will go. It will go. It may go to pot because I'm making a pot.
Oh.
Well,
Stop
dear,
it now.
dear. That's it.
Stop it
Get rid
now.
of those.
Right, I'm going.
So yeah, we will see what happens. I don't actually know what this is going to turn out like because I haven't made it yet. I've just got an idea.
And I don't know what you're doing.
No, you don't.
No.
So,
You just said, tomorrow I'm going to do this. I'm like, okay then, you do it.
So we'll see. Let's see what happens. So bear with me whilst you go through my whole thought process of how this is going to work. All right, so let's flip you round.
Hi, Kathy. Oh no, you're snowed in. It's very rainy here.
Yeah, there's a lot of rain. We've got a storm here as well at the moment, but we've got a lot of rain and a lot of wind and.
We are very early
Yes.
as well. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Anna.
Okay, so let's have a little look at this. So, could you get me some copy paper?
Yes,
some
I
copy
will.
paper because this is my thought process because I'm going to be using the grey granite cardstock for the base of this, but when I don't know what I'm doing or for size, so instead of cutting straight into my nice bit of paper, grab yourself some copy paper. Preferably before you go live on a video would be great. And Jay's just going to get that for me. And get some copy paper, as I said, and just make yourself a little bit of a template. So I'm just going to try this out for sizing and see what happens. So I'm going to want it. I think I'm going to have it about 9. No, I'm going to cut my paper in half at 10.5 at the moment, which is exactly halfway through.
I'm intrigued. What you're doing?
Yeah, because you don't actually know what I'm
No.
going to need to do. 20, that'd be by 10, so that makes it a bit square. Let's do it by 21. No, okay. I'm going to try it at 20 to start off with, and then I'm going to score this at 10 down the middle. So I'm just making myself a little bit of a template.
That's not that. Yes.
I just want to see because this I'm making a pot, a flower pot.
Oh, I see.
No, okay. I want it bigger, so I'm. And I think that's going to be. Well, it depends on how big. That's going to be an A6 actually. So, okay, I want this to try and go into an A6 envelope as well. So that's on my A6, and
You can cut the sides as well.
Yeah, I can do. So that's fine. All right, okay, I'm happy with that actually. I think I just want that, my lids, my base of my flower pot to be a little bit smaller. So I am actually going to take that to that. So what's that there? Just give me an idea. So you can see this is how I'm working this out now. So, okay, 13.
Say 13.5.
13 and a half. So 13 and a half and 13 and a half is 27. Okay, and I'm going to make that a little bit, I'm going to bring that in a little bit up to 9 centimeters. So 27 by 9 is what I want to cut this at. Okay, so I hope my thought process made sense there. So grab yourself a bit of copy paper before you cut into your big one. So we said 27 by 9, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with 9 and a half because I can trim this down. I'm going 9 and a half, not 9.
Okay, 9 and
Yeah.
Oh.
By 27. Do you know what? Have you seen what I'm making yet, Joe? No.
So that's 3 3/4 inches by, what is it, 27? 10 and 1, 2, 3, 10 and 5/8.
So what did you say there? So we've got 9 and a half by 27 centimeters, and for everyone who works in inches, which is 10 and 5/8 by 3 and, is that 3/4?
Yeah.
3 3/4. Okay, so we've done that at 27, so I'm going to score this at 13 and a half down the middle. So I want to make this in half. Okay, and we will fold it, and then I want approximately, was that about an inch? No, it's about an inch, and I'm going to score this now at, actually, can I have a proper ruler please, Joe? Quite be easy.
I'm on it.
You're on it.
1 inch and a quarter.
Yeah, let's go 1 1/4 inches. And I'm going to score this now at 1 1/4 inches on both sides here.
Which is 3 point...
Sorry, it's, yeah, apologies, I'm working in centimeters.
3.2 centimeters.
I flick between centimeters and inches all the time, so
Because
I do
what's
apologise.
great about the paper trimmer is it's got both the measurements.
Yeah.
So you can, as long as you can follow.
As long as you can read, yeah, as long as you're okay with reading that, that's fine. So, actually I'm going to score it that side. I want the score line to go the correct way.
Okay, so once you've done that, just probably go through. So you scored.
Apologies for the, can you close the kitchen thing? I've got the washing going on in the background, so we're not normally on, so that's the washing machine you can hear. Alright, so 9 and a half by 27, and then I've scored here at 13 and a half and I folded. So that's that way there. Then what you want to do is you then want to then open it up so the V fold is going on the inside, and then score this on the, what would be the inside of this card, because then the score line is in the correct. I always like it that the lumpy bit, the knobbly bit, is the bit which folds in on itself. Is that, have I explained that correctly there?
Yeah, I think
so,
you can show it anyway.
so you've got the indented bit, that's the bit which is the outside, and that's the knobbly bit, the bit which has been pushed in is the bit which folds it in. So I fold it in that side there. I think it just also helps the creasing and the cracking on the card as well. All right, and so that's like so. There we go. All right, so what I will need now is the trimmer again. Okay, so move it away from me.
Okay, that's not your trimmer.
Oh no, that's my trimmer. Don't actually know where the trimmer is.
You just have it.
I did just have it. Tommy, where have you hidden the trimmer?
Oh, I have put it away.
Jay did move it. He put it away.
I put away the wrong one. We have two. We still have the old one.
Okay, so what I want to do now is I need a pencil as well. And I'm just going to just mark, I would say, 1.5 centimetres
Which is?
in from both sides here.
Which is about 2, 4, 6, 8, 9/16 of an inch.
9/16 of an inch. Okay. So, right, and I am now going to grab my trimmer. I'm going to take it from. Okay, this is where the interesting part comes in. I may need to do this with scissors because. Oh no, actually. Oh. It might work better with this. I'll try it one side. Line up the pencil mark down here and you want to take that pencil mark up to the corner up the top here. Down we go, and then we're going to then, I know it does what it does, going fine. Trim, and we do exactly the same this side here. So pencil mark to the score line up here. And there we go. So we've now created that. When we fold this over like so, and like so, we have now got ourselves a flower pot. Does that make sense? All right, so that's how you're going to make yourself a flower pot. What we will now also do is using the basket weave embossing folder.
It's changed to 3D, so you will need your 3D plate.
Yeah,
But
so this
for
is,
this
this is a 3D embossing folder. So you'll need the base platform with none of the plastic bits. Okay, so you don't have this at all.
But that's not the 3D. Our version is not 3D. It's changed to 3D now, but this is the older version.
Oh, so will this not work then?
It's a dynamic.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
It's a different thickness.
Oh, okay.
Stampin
right,
had to change it, but now it's
Right.
changed to.
Oh, I thought
3D.
that still worked. I still used that before.
Oh,
in the
did
past.
you?
Yeah.
Did it? Okay, you can show it.
Well, I'll try it. I might be wrong now. I'm doubting myself what happens. So I'm just going to run this through the big shot. No, okay, all right. I must have done a completely and utterly different platform. Jay is correct, as always.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just got a smug look on my face.
He's got a very, very, very smug look on his face. So, if it's one of the older dynamic ones, you need to just use this. If you're buying any of the new ones, well, they've actually all should have changed over now, haven't they? So if you've got the older dynamics, you need a different plate. But if you've got the newer 3D ones, you'll need the 3D plates. You know, I know exactly what you're saying now. I got myself a bit confused.
This one was just like, why are you not understanding me?
Because I don't.
And that's quite nice because obviously the top is at the opposite end as well. Oh, look at you go.
What do you mean the opposite end?
Like the opposite end.
Oh, so you've got the embossed and the
Yeah.
debossed. Yeah, that's it. So yes, so what you can see there is the fact that I've run it all through the big the embossing folder all one way, so it's all that. But because we're folding it over, we've now got the different texture from the inside of the card. Okay, so yeah, that's handy. But obviously both sides, that side there has got. So you're going to have different patterns by. So if you want, I suppose, if you want it to be the same both sides, you'll have to run it through the machine like that, and then run it through the machine like so. Because I've run it through together, we've got that one and that side, and that side is then the debossed and the embossed side there. So it depends on what one. Then you can then choose your correct backing. So that is using the basket weave dynamic texture, which is not now it's just a basket weave embossing folder. Jay will get the correct saying for me in a second.
3D. There you go.
Basket weave 3D. There we go.
Much more.
It is a lot more easy than the textured dynamic embossing folder. So that's that. What I also need now is I need a coordinating ribbon to go round this. So I'm going to let Jay work out the colours here. I am now...
Well, I've already given you colours.
Okay, all right. So a coordinating colour which will go with the colour of the tulips.
Ooh.
And I need a block as well. You didn't get me the block, did you?
No, I didn't.
You failed. You sacked. Okay, so let's have...
Got this one.
Yeah. Have we not? Oh, okay, that one there. So we're going to go with some Melon Mambo. Is that Melon Mambo we used? Yeah, Melon Mambo here. And I just need to work out where I'm going to be putting this. So I'm going to work from that side across. Here we go. So that's those three there. So we're just gonna just punch these out.
All in first generation?
That's all first generation, yeah. Okay, so that's some of those. What I would also do now is I'm just going to snip these bits off. Ouch. Don't poke yourself with scissors, it hurts. Can I have another block, please?
Yeah.
For these smaller leafing.
Do you need the
Yeah, I would actually. Alright, so I'm just going to do the... Oh, Joe's making a right mess. So I'm just looking around where this is. So I'm going to... I'm going to have a bit of scrap paper here at the moment, which I've got there because I want to do some second generation. So one...
So stamp off and then stamp onto the cardstock.
Yeah, that's it. So one stamp and then stamp. That's it. I will cut them all out. Final one. I will be doing some more of these, but I'll just give you an idea at the moment. That's good. All right, so then building these up, we can then pop these
Clever.
on like so.
I thought you were just gonna do them in threes.
What, just like having one like that?
Yeah, just have one. And
yeah. If you can, what you can do is you can, if you did this in different coloured cardstock, and you didn't stamp, you can then actually have these like that, so they come out, so just reverse it round, but obviously
or
the
do
stamp.
a mirror.
Or do a mirror. That's our next technique video.
Yeah.
Okay, a mirror technique. So we will show you how to do a mirror on this one.
So for now, just do the one.
Yeah, so you can do that one there, and you can build it up. But the idea, or these can be, if you do them in green like you saw on my other video, they can be the leaves on the stem. All right, so it's going to go like that. It will go in like that, and we'll go like that. Obviously, if we did it the first generation, which is fine as well, do we prefer first or second?
I think
the second.
The second, it just
because it just
stands out a bit more.
Yeah. Like so. That's that. So what maybe Jay can do is he can, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to just do one and show you what to do. I'm just going to grab my bone folder and I'm just going to just shape that a little bit.
Shape that.
Get a little bit of glue and it's a bit runny.
You blobbed.
I did, but can I have a bit of tissue, please, or something to... Oh, I'll just do that then. That's a very wet glue.
I think it's running out. It's very hot in here today. I did put up the I put on the heating.
Oh, you put on the heating for a change, did you?
Well,
it's normally me.
I know. I was like, I'll be like Barry. I'll switch on the heating instead.
Alright, so you can see how I've done that. As I've got a bit of glue on this mat here, I may as well just... So a bit of shaping, I'm just going to pick up that bit of glue there. Ideally, I wouldn't pop some glue on the foam mat, but that's just where it has fallen, so I'm just going to work with it and use it up. Then that will then dry.
That's alright, Carol. Catch the replay.
Catch the replay, yeah. Thank you for tuning in anyway. There we go. So, that's a couple of flowers there. That glue has got a mind of its own at the moment, Jay. Yeah, but it's dripping everywhere. He's gone stroppy with me.
I'm getting an issue.
That's fine. Can I also have the stamping cleaner as well, the scrub, please?
You have the... Or you did it.
Oh, it's there. So I'm just going to clean this one off because I'm now going to stamp in a couple of other colours. Alright, so we will do this in... Let's go with the yellow here. Okay, it's a very light yellow. That's a bit better.
Or do you want the crushed curry?
Maybe the crushed curry might be better actually, it might be a bit darker. Let's just clean that off. I've decided to I'll use Mango Melody to start off with. But it's come out a little bit fainter than I had wanted, so we'll go with crushed curry, which is a little bit darker. You can see I'm using up all of my scraps here. That's it, that's better. So grab out your scrap paper, and that's what you can be using. Alright, so let's put the Mango Melody to one side. So I reckon I'll probably need about 6 flowers, I reckon. Open it. good. So we can have some which are, we'll just leave them as they are, plain at the moment. And then I'm going to go with a Bermuda Bay. So grab some more cardstock. There, and I will clean up my stamp again. And we'll do this in the Bermuda Bay. So we're going to have several colour tulips. That's it. So that's quite a strong colour. Let's see what that looks like. First, second generation. That's a bit better. First, second generation. That's it. Okay, I prefer that. And then I will then grab my leaf, and I'm going to think I would do these ones in, actually I'll do those in first generation. I want to punch these out first so I can see what paper I'm left over with. That's going to be a bit wonky. Never mind. That's fine. You all right? What you lost? He's looking for something, but he doesn't know what he's looking for. So you can see I've done those ones in first generation there. Jay, can you sort that glue out? It's going everywhere. So, a little bit of glue. That's it, that can go in like so. And there we go.
That's nice.
So I think it works better maybe doing it the second generation for the back, and first generation for the front one. So we'll just bend that round a little bit just to shape that.
That's a nice colour, isn't it?
What, Bermuda Bay?
On the tulip.
It is actually, yeah. And I was seeing, if you said that back at our other previous video, we done a tip where we obviously done a little bit of shading with the flower as well, so you can get a two-tone tulip if you want to, using daubers, which would be quite nice. So there we go. There's some tulips like so. Let's just make a bit of room before I so we're just going to let those. So there we go. So there's some tulips, some which have got some dimension to it, and some not so dimensional. Okay, so we're going to be building up like a little bit of a bunch of flowers. So we're going to go something like like that. Okay, so what I need to do now is, somebody's very needy at the moment. We've got a cat meowing in the background. Just gonna clean off my stamps. And possibly put them away if I knew where this. That's right. All right, so we're going to take another little bit of grey granite. I forgot what colour I had then. Put my tulips to one side, they can just finish up drying. So what I want to do now is I want to cut a piece of grey granite, which is the size, so it's going to be around about 6.5 centimetres in thickness. And I want it to also come out, because that's how that's going to be. I also want it to come up so I've got a tab at the top to stick my tulips to. So I reckon I'm going to go initially 15 centimetres. All right, 15 centimetres by 6.5. So I'm going to cut my 15 first. And then I'll cut my 6.5.
Come on, come here.
Actually, I'm just going to go a little. I'm going to start off a little bit bigger, because I can always it's easier for me to trim down than it is to. Obviously, you can't add, but you can always take away, because that's going to, obviously at the moment, that's going to go inside, which is then going to interfere with the side of my card. My pencil. So I'm just going to have a rough idea. So I'm just going to then take that. I'm just going to take a little bit off. So I've just drawn that pencil line on there. I'm just going to take a. Because then that will then fit inside and isn't going to interfere with anything. All right, so it's a bit of measuring, but then the top bit is still big enough that it's going to give me something to adhere my tulips to. All right.
I was going to say, would you have the paper the same size as the base, or is it too small? Of course.
Sorry, say that again.
So instead of cutting the sides in the base, can you just have it the same size as the base?
Yes, I was, but I wanted it. I needed a bigger tab, so I was initially going to.
Yeah.
But I wanted, which you can. Okay, what Jay's saying is, what I could have done is I could have cut my piece of paper to 6.5, which is what I initially was going to do, by 15, which then that fitted in perfectly, would have gone up there, but it would have made my top. So you can do that, which isn't a problem. That will be the easiest way. That would be the easiest way of doing it. But I suppose what I wanted is I wanted a bigger top part, more for my flowers to adhere to. Otherwise, it meant that I was a little bit more restricted. Cause what's going to happen now is that the flowers are going to come off over the edge like this, and having a bigger part at the top here gave me a little bit more to stick it to. Whereas if I was smaller, I had less sticking on. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I just wanted to hear your reasoning, because other people might be thinking like I was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize you explained before.
Okay, so that's how that's going to be. So all we're going to do now is we're going to be basically building up some tulips. All right. So we will go like that. So I probably will need quite a few of these. So just so you're covering all of that. So yeah, all right, so we'll probably need a couple more just to cover this up. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to draw a line here so I know where the top of my flower pot is. And then what we can now do is I will need some dimensionals.
Hi, Lucy.
I will need my take your pick tool. All right, so, and I am going to just take some of these up. I think I've just come down a little bit too low there on that one. I'm just going to start up a little bit higher. So if you're wondering why the blue lines are on here on these dimensionals, it's one, so it's easy to identify what you have and haven't used on your sheet, and it also is another one to identify what you have removed the backing from on this. So what we also need to think about as well is that let's just remove those for a moment. Didn't really think that through, did I? I need to come in more this side here. I'll save that one. That's it. Okay, so that's in like so, and then we will then have a tulip in the middle there, a yellow tulip in the middle. So I hope you, well, you can, I think you know exactly what has been made now, so it's just a matter of just constructing this. So I hope you like it. And that's going to go in the centre like that, and then we'll go with a Bermuda Bay one. Again, don't do what I did on the first one, so just think about where that's going, and that's going to get positioned more on the left hand side of it. Go one in the middle. And that's going to go that side there. All right, so you can see now as this is inside this, that is then going to then just sit on top like that. All right, so and then it's just now a matter of just building these tulips up, so you can have it like that. So we can go even more dimensional. We can put some, so it depends on how much dimension you want to give this card, I suppose. If you're posting it, you might want to just be careful with how many dimensionals you're actually putting on it, because it's there's a lot of texture and height to this card, so you can do mini. So, and obviously we don't want to be I'm feeling like I'm getting a bit uniform here at the moment, but that's fine. So you can do as many or as little as tulips as you wish. On the top one, actually, I'm just going to take that one off, and I'm just going to double layer this up. So I'm going to take another one and then stick another dimensional on there. And then that, because that bit then is then sitting in the middle, so that just gives it, that one hasn't got any, you can see is, can you see there, that one hasn't got any and that one has, so it just gives it a little bit more push down there. So that's it, and then we're then just going to stick some of these on So I think what I'm going to do on this one is I'm just going to lift that, I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue down there. I'm going to grab that tulip and that's going to go in flat on the background, and that's just going to sit in like that. And I think I would do the same on that one, so we will. That's just going to go a little bit lower down. We've got the tulip over here, which I done first generation, and that can sit in. All right, so put my lid on that. Okay, so what I need to do is, that has just interfered with that ever so slightly, so I just need to remove carefully, just peel that back off.
Is it still within a C6?
I don't know actually, Jay. Probably not now. I think I've given it a little bit too much height.
Oh, you can make it an envelope.
And that's going to sit in like so, and then that can be stuck down. That's it, just give that a bit of height. Can I have a C6 envelope? Let's have a little look. No, it's
just over.
Just over. So what we do is we so what I would suggest you do then, I kind of like did that a little bit back to front. You'd start off with the back ones and then obviously go to the front ones for some reason. I started so, and then that way you can then make sure you bring that into a C6 envelope. But that's not an issue. That one can come off. See, again, you're seeing our thought process going on here, and the good and the bad. So that one can come in and be a little bit lower down. That's it. And obviously, all the time I'm moving it around, I am actually shaping the flowers a little bit as well, so which is fine. What I may have to do here, I don't think I'm going to get these ones off easily, so that's fine. Let's just see if I can doctor this. Because it's all going to get covered up on the background, it doesn't matter that I'm tearing the card a little bit too much. It's not an issue, because they're all going to get covered up and so on. If you stuck it down, then what we do is we just remove a little bit of that down there, and because that's just going to get stuck in like that. So if you've got some dimensionals in the way, just snip the bottom of that tulip off and slide it in. Okay, and the same thing with this one here. Let's just snip the bottom of this tulip off, and then that one can then snip in down like that. So, and this is another reason why I like wet glue, is it gives you that little bit of room to just move everything around if you need to adjust.
Hi, Gigi.
Okay, so that's those. I might actually see, so have I got that in with a C6 envelope now? Just. So just think about your positioning on that, and you'll get that in within an envelope as well. So that's cool. What I need to do is I just need to just fill up a little bit, so we can grab some of these other little bits which we've got, and we can maybe, if we use some green, there was a green ink pad around here earlier on.
Here you go, paper says.
If we grab the pear pizzazz and we grab the thing, and I just need so pear pizzazz, and we will
Or fussy cut if you want to use it.
oh, okay, all right then. So we've got it in pear pizzazz there. Do a couple of these, and what Jay's actually done for me as well is that he's stamped the other image, so these images here, and has fussy cut them out. Okay, so we've got some leaves. I said it again, leaves. Shush now, I didn't say leaves, I meant leaves.
Everyone heard you.
I meant leaves, not leaves.
Everyone heard.
My leafings, I'm going to just play it off like
Yeah.
that. It's my leafings.
Because that makes more sense.
It does make more sense. My leaves. Shush. So then what we can do is to cover up, like, but obviously what the problem is that again we're going to be going higher than the C6. I'm not going to worry about that for now, but I think what you can just, you can see where I'm going with that, and
I think it could be the.
I think, yeah, the glue is very wet today. I think it's just melted. The temperature is, it's very warm in here. And I think it's just melting our glue. Alright, so try and position it in as best as you can just to cover up those bits and to try and keep it within the C6 constraints.
Would you put some at the front as well?
Yeah, I would do.
Yeah, probably put more on the front than at the back, if you want to keep it to the size.
So I'm just doing it on the back there at the moment, just to cover up those two little bits, and then we've got some front ones which we can then go some greenery, which can then stick in.
Why don't you stick it on the actual base, so it goes up and
Oh,
you
sorry.
can only see the tip?
See, he's not just a pretty face, is he?
Thanks, I guess.
This is why we bounce ideas off each other and hopefully compliment. But I think he's a little bit stroppy with me this evening.
I'm not. Why are you saying that?
All right, so there we go, and we're just going to come in. I'm going to tuck that one behind, come up a little bit higher. So there we go. So we kind of like made a bit of a bunch of flowers up here. So what we could also do now, Jay, as well, is that can you die cut or cut a bit of Whisper White, which is suitable for a panel,
Yeah.
for that, for writing a message on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this here, and there was some ribbon in front of me as well. And all I want to do is, this is just going to just go on the front. And we'll also go round the whole thing, and which will kind of then just tie the whole thing together. All right. Tear and tape as well, please, Joe. I don't want much, do I, tonight? All right, so we're going to grab some tear tape. So I'm just going to stick that bit in the centre like so. Take that bit off there. So, and so I'm just going to stick that bit onto that side, just to hold that in place. Just going to take another little bit off here, and I'm just going to stick that to the front as well. That'll just stop that from. So ideally, try and get it on there straight would be very handy. So then as I pull this round, that can then stick to that, and then go round the back again, and then that can then just line that up so it then sticks on the rest of that, like so. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm just going to snip this. And then what I would also do as well is maybe just a little bit of glue there, just so it makes it a little bit more. It was going to soak through and obviously and show up there, but once it dries, it will sometimes it will go a little bit. It will dry in. So there we go. That's that part there, and obviously that keeps that sturdy. And then I will have my my flowers, which Jay has got at the moment. Okay. And then that is then going to then sit inside like so. All right. And that's kind of interfered with that a little bit. I'm going to take those off because that's meant to go on. Okay, so that can go there. And so we don't want it, is that going to interfere again? No, that's better. All right, it just interfered with those two end ones, which is what it needs to tuck under. The middle one is fine, that one works. So you just want to just position it around, and then that's just going to sit inside like so. And there we have it. So there is a tulip card, and we will have the bit of paper which Jay has cut down to sizes. So if you're using that measurement as we done for the card base, this here is measuring 5.5 by 8.5 centimeters, or 2 1/8 by 3 1/8, and that is going to sit in like so. Like that's how you positioned it, Jay, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to, you can then do your you can then have a sentiment panel, which is then going to sit in like so. So you can have the sentiment, and then what they're going to do is they can then pull the flowers out, and they will have a lovely sentiment inside. All right, and that's going to sit inside my flower. And that just about offset. I think what you need to do, just make sure it's just going to interfere a little bit with the things. Just make sure if you want to post it in an envelope, just look at how you're positioning those top pieces right there. And that's that. So what you could also do now is, well, if you wanted to, you can go happy birthday. So let's have the stamps. Can I have the tag punch, I forgot what it's called, you know, the banner, the label one, please. That made a load of sense, didn't it?
Yeah.
The one which we normally use to spin sentiments. That's it. Classic label. I knew what I was saying. And we will let's do happy birthday. Like so. Classic label punch. Like so. I'm just going to do that one more time. I think I just need to just wait for my ink to dry a little bit before I do stuff. As Jay does the other day. Blow on it, that will dry the ink.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. So a great bit of kit was that one, and then you can then pop whatever sentiment you like down here or on the banner bit there. I think I quite like it on the banner bit at the top. So take some dimensionals. And that's it. So once I've done that, that is this card finished. So I hope you like this. Hope that has inspired you to have a go at something. And so pop any sentiment you like on that. So happy birthday, get well soon. Obviously there's a nice one, obviously a nice bunch of flowers. With this time there's tulips, there's a nice happy Mother's Day in here as well, which is really nice. So I think that would work quite nicely with these tulips. And you could stamp Happy Mother's Day, that could go on there quite nicely, I think. Would look really, really pretty as a nice Mother's Day card. But anyone, get well soon card you're sending somebody, because you can't really, you don't really give bunches of flowers to people who are poorly in hospital now. So get well soon card, but a bunch of flowers in card form. So there we go. What do you think? Do you like?
Fabulous.
That's it. So you're going to come and sit down again, Jay?
Yes.
And that's that. So then they put it out and there's their sentiment. How pretty is that? So let's flip you round and Jay will talk to you.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Cool. Did
He's
you
bit-
do well?
He didn't do well. He's busy doing something. I've got no idea what he's actually doing at the moment. He's playing with something. Have you got an idea in your head? Have you?
No, I was just using that.
Well, yeah, you could obviously have a label, the the everyday label punch. That would look quite nice in the centre. So you could probably just cut that out and then have a panel in the centre would look quite nice actually on the flower pot itself.
That
I
is
thought that was quite
lovely.
nice, isn't it? It's something different. It's an idea which I'd seen something, and I thought, okay, I can do something like that, make a nice little bunch of flowers. Obviously, it doesn't stand up, so what you may want to do is it might be quite nice if we were to have some. I don't know how you would make it stand up, or you would just prop it up against something.
Fold a triangle.
And there you go.
Something.
See, told you, it's not just a pretty face, is he?
Like that. And then that will...
It's like a little easel thing at the back.
So something like that. Obviously that. Shall I do one quickly?
And then that can sit on the back there like that, so then when it stands up, it just gives it a little bit of a thing. Don't worry about it. We'll do that as
okay.
a
Barry will add that onto the blog.
yes.
So-
Maybe we'll just do
yeah.
a quick video just for that one there as an additional thing,
Yeah.
as a little easel. So there we go. That's that one there.
Cool. That is really pretty.
You sound so surprised.
I am surprised. No. I'm kidding. It is so beautiful.
So you can build your own bunch of flowers. There we go. Excellent.
Cool.
All right, so we're going to leave it there, I think,
Yes.
for tonight, aren't we? So, oh, the thing's just popped off.
Yes. I'll do like simple stamping and then add that onto your blog post as well. So just an alternative. So you can have two projects in the blog post. So keep a lookout for that on our blog website.
Excellent. Beautiful. All right, thank you for joining us. And yeah, we will be back on Wednesday over on Facebook doing our Wednesday midweek video. Can get ready now. So yes, yeah, we need to get ready as well. So yeah, so we will see you shortly. We will see you on Wednesday, like I say, on Facebook. We will be back here on Sunday next week at our normal time, probably around about 7, between 7 and 7:30, won't we, on Sunday? So yeah.
Yes. Cool.
Anything
Thank
else?
you so much. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button if you are inspired by this beautiful card that Barry created, either by the use of embossing, use of the color combination, because that's my idea. No, I'm kidding.
He did it. What? No, it was.
And yes, please share and like if you are in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, or the Netherlands. You can order the Stampin' Up products.
Say that again. You can order. You can do what?
Order.
You can order. You can
Because I started smiling.
You can order from us.
You can order your craft supplies from our online shop. If you are out of those 5 countries and would like to support our channel, the link is down below as well, and we'll be very grateful for us to continue sharing our card making and paper craft inspiration to you all. Thank you so much again for joining us this evening. If you do make your own projects, tag us on your social media at Mitosu
So at Mitosu Crafts.
and we will be able to see your creations as well. That'll be amazing.
Excellent. Lovely. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for sticking with us. We will see you very soon.
So pretty.
All right. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye. Sorry.